What do you say to people who have lost loved ones suddenly?
Tragic. So this is what I would say to them. And I have unfortunately experienced both. So that is, in a good world, you've had time to prep for losing someone. Although it doesn't make it any easier, you've had time. But when you lose someone tragically, life feels different and grief will be different. So the first thing I say to that person is, when you lose someone tragically, reach out to people who you can lean on. You will need them more than you know. I experienced that. I lost someone 6:35 a.m. I got that phone call and my life was forever changed. But here's what I can tell you. Again, and I tell you things to do because I did it wrong, right? You know what I did? I put myself on autopilot. I literally put myself in shock. And clinically, I knew better. But here's the problem. Clinically, I knew how to do it. I put myself in shock like it wasn't real. I didn't cry. I literally made myself stop crying because I said, I've got to be strong for everybody else. Fun fact, if you are the person who always has to be strong for everybody else, you need more help than you realize. You need more help than you know. Take it from the person who is always the strong one. Somebody got to check on us. So if you lose someone very tragically, you lose them very suddenly, immediately talk with a counselor, one who's able to assist in trauma, not necessarily grief, because what you are experiencing is a traumatic loss. I also tell you to be very careful and aware of your body, because your body actually holds on to the trauma if you don't release it. Here's what can also happen. Your body and your brain work together and they make a decision. They kind of take a vote that says, Tasha can't handle all of this trauma right now, so we're going to hide it from her. And then when she's able to, we'll begin to release some of those traumatic memories. And when you start to feel that, that's another time to talk to someone. I will give you a personal example. I had released all of the trauma from losing someone. I was taking a nap. The door knocked, the young man knocked on the door and it startled me. I realized that I was still holding on to the trauma of being startled. And it wasn't because someone startled me. It was because I got a phone call that woke me up, that let me know that my loved one, who I thought I would do life with, was gone. I had to deal with, years later, my body was still holding on to those traumatic memories. And so I tell everyone, be very aware when you lose someone very suddenly, be very aware of what your body is telling you. You may find times that your body aches. You might have back pains, neck pains. You might also be a person who then begins to struggle with gastro issues or nausea. All of those things are associated with grief and with trauma. So if you go to your doctor, like your PCP, and they tell you everything's fine, everything's not fine. Medically, it may be, but clinically and emotionally, there's time to talk to someone. I also tell you this, you lose someone, and I'm gonna be very transparent, you lose someone tragically, there's no embarrassment in how you lost that person. Sometimes we don't wanna say so-and-so was killed, so-and-so, lost their life doing this. We don't wanna say those things. There's no shame in doing that. Just like there's no shame in mourning the loss of someone that you love.